Hello, everyone. Welcome back to a follow-up for Three Imaginary Boys by The Cure. So I did this one. I don't even remember. When did I react to this album? September 11th. So it's been a few weeks. This was a decent album. I think the Boys Don't Cry compilation track listing is way superior to just the Three Imaginary Boys track listing. And based on you guys' comments, it looked like a lot of the worst tracks on Three Imaginary Boys were either demos or just kind of unfinished songs that were thrown on there despite Robert Smith's protests, something like that, which makes me feel a bit better about it. And Boys Don't Cry seems like a much more intentional track listing, and I think it's way superior because it drops all of the weakest tracks off of Three Imaginary Boys and replaces it with some good singles. Excuse me. 10:15 Saturday night. Interesting post-punk that already shows some of The Cure's more atmospheric abilities. Accuracy is an okay track, nothing bad, but a bit dull. Grinding Halt, like Accuracy, not bad, but it's The Cure being punkish, and I don't really think that's their strength. Another Day has an interesting instrumental and harkens towards moods that will come on 17 seconds, but it's nothing to write home about. Object, one of the worst tracks on the album, just uninteresting all around. Subway Song, I think, is a compelling and interesting little track. Kind of this like hard-boiled noir kind of sound to it, and then the great screech at the end. Foxy Lady, the Jimi Hendrix cover, cool production, but I have no reference for if it's a good cover or not because I haven't heard the original track still. Meat Hook, What the Hell? So What? More punkish stuff, just doesn't work well. Fire in Cairo, I dig this one. I like the mood and the bass riff in the last bit. I think it's a pretty solid track. It's Not You is kind of another uninspired track. It's Three Imaginary Boys. I like the kind of sauntering mood of it. It's very 17 Seconds-esque. The Weedy Burton, I think, is a funny way to end the album. They seem to like ending the sides of this album kind of sardonically. And then the extra tracks that I heard, Boys Don't Cry, just a solid post-punk, new wave kind of single, nothing new to say on that one here. Plastic Passion, one of the more interesting, angsty songs, but it's not great. Jumping Someone Else's Train, I think, is a compelling post-punk track. Not amazing, but very solid, one of my favorites from this set of songs. Killing an Arab is a bouncy song. Seems kind of unspecial to me, but what do I know? You know, it's fine. I know a lot of people really herald that one. Maybe there's something I'm missing. I don't know. It's fine. World War, I think, is super boring. I think Joy Division B-sides off of Substance is just kind of like there's uninteresting gothic music or post-punk music is like a nightmare to me, and World War falls in that camp. So I think, like, as far as like comparing just album to album, I like Boys Don't Cry, Three Imaginary Boys, whatever you want to call it, Boys Don't Cry track listing way more than New Order's Movement, even as far as like a post-punk album goes. I think The Cure was doing much more interesting things. I find a lot of New Orders, I mean, I don't know why I keep comparing the two. It's just like the only analog that I have because they came out very similar times. Like, as far as just like an album, like an artist debut, and granted New Order had been making music before then, more or less, but like as a debut post-punk album, I take Boys Don't Cry compilation 10 times out of 10 over Movement, which really just has like 2-3 songs I enjoy off of it. But I think that they started solidly but messy, and then they really started to kind of clean up the mess going forward. But not a bad place to start. So anyway, that's all I got to say for Three Imaginary Boys, Boys Don't Cry, etc., etc. Good stuff. So until next time, everyone, Godspeed.